Hey! Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight?
Good afternoon.
Excellent, excellent. Well, welcome, welcome. I know you can be anywhere on an evening like this, and good for you for choosing to be here and check out something that's really, really fantastic. So, my name is Ellen Struber. I'm a partner with Viridian Energy. I live in Washington, D.C., and I'm all around the DMV, so I'm excited to be here tonight with all of you all. So, housekeeping. First thing, if anyone have a cell phone here? Of course they do, right? Some of you may have too. If you can put it on vibrate or turn it off or whatever it is that you want to do so it doesn't disrupt our event that we're going to have tonight, because you don't want to be that one that has the fancy little ringtone going off. Sometimes it's cool, but most of the time it's not. So you don't want to miss a beat here. But tonight we have something really special for you. I saw this about 5 years ago with my husband, and we couldn't be more excited to be working this business of Viridian. You know, there's sometimes in your life when you need a change and you just don't know exactly what it's going to be, or you just don't think you have the guts enough to do something different. Well, 5 years ago, we were in a situation where we needed to change, we needed to find a plan B. And Viridian came knocking on our door, and it's kind of interesting when you put it out there that you want to change, that things start coming to you. When you put it into the universe and you let the universe go to work for you, it's amazing what starts happening. So couldn't be more excited to be here this evening, and you know, this opportunity that you're about to see. What the cool part is, it just keeps getting better. So what I was excited about 5 years ago, I couldn't be even more thrilled now to what we've got going on. So I'm excited for you guys to see our presentation tonight. But before we get started, I want to introduce a fellow that's going to come up and show you this great opportunity. He's a dear friend of mine, and my husband has done amazing things in this DMV market. Most of you know who he is. He's the not only is he a leader in this marketplace and a good friend, but he has just got a tremendous vision of where he's going to go. And the cool part is he's only in his mid-20s. So, you know, it doesn't take decades and decades of experience to see something. If you see something, seize that opportunity. So I'm excited to bring up, without any further ado, Ambassador Louis Chambers.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Great.
I just came off a great phone conversation with some of the top leaders earlier today. Is it okay if I share some intimate information tonight? Can we kind of have some real talk tonight? Is that okay if we do that?
Without a doubt.
All right, cool. So for those of you who don't know me, Louis Chambers from Silver Spring, Maryland. I got involved about 4 years ago, right before the launch of DC, and that was kind of a thing. They kept telling me, oh, DC's getting ready to launch, kind of around the same amount of time as Ellen.
Yeah.
They said DC was launching. I'm from Maryland, and you kind of got to become part of this little pre-launch. It was a small pre-launch compared to the pre-launches that happened afterwards, from Texas to Australia to what's happening now in travel, but it was still that feeling of being a part of something. And they said, kind of, if you just lock arms, you stick to it, you kind of drive behind the vision, that great things will happen to you. And it did, you know what I mean? It was a phenomenal experience. Now being able to be at a great rank in the company, it kind of showed me that being a visionary is the most important part of this entire thing. It's not about what's happening around you, it's not about what's happening with other people, it's about the decision that you're going to make for yourself to build this business. And when it comes down to it, it's what do you see for yourself? And do you really understand the vision of where they're going and where you can take this? And that's what I kind of saw. Oh, I got a nice cool picture now. That's me, yeah. But I'm going to go through these slides, but I'm going to give you guys some real conversation throughout this experience, because I really want you guys to understand what's to come and what people are thinking about and kind of the mindset that's driven behind this. So who are you? Why are you here? And where do you want to go? And the biggest focus that I put a lot of emphasis on, is it Wesley?
Yes.
Wesley, it's where do you want to go? You know, right now we're all in our current situations. We're all in our current life. We're clearly here because we see something and we see value in this business and we see value in ourselves for being a part of it and doing something big. But being a visionary in this, you kind of have to be able to understand and put reality into something that's not here yet. Does that make sense? You kind of have to kind of see where it's going and kind of look 12 months from now where you're going to be, 6 months from now from where you're going to be, and then your mind and your subconscious will kind of pull you towards that. So let's talk about where the company has come from. So it's market timing, company timing, and personal timing. It has to be a situation where you're like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to finally make the decision to really go all out, or to give this certain amount of time and investment in this business, because the investment financially is not high like owning a franchise. It's not high like owning a business as a whole and having overhead. The investment is time. It's sweat equity. It's putting in that work and getting on the ground and getting your hands dirty and helping other people. And that person that everybody walked by today. So did anybody go into a store today by a show of hands? A random store, a 7-Eleven, a gas station? We're all in this business. Did you talk to somebody today that you didn't know?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, Wesley, you being a guest here tonight, now you have value to offer them in a financial aspect. And a lot of people come to me and having conversations of politics and all these things happen now in the current situation that we're in. That doesn't matter to us. We can't control any of that, but what we can control is our current situations, our current opportunities to help others economically empower themselves. So by 2020, purpose will be the main driver of business. Companies will either be seen as a purpose or a not-for-purpose company. Steve Phelps in Forbes magazine. And you kind of see it happening already. How many people see companies saying, we go green? Or any of these new big apartment buildings saying we're green certified, or it's happening all around us. All these car companies getting into electric and sustainability because they know it's a hot topic, they know it's important, and they know it's a trend that's going to last a long time. I mean, anybody in Montgomery County or DC have to pay 5 cents for their bags. You got to bring them to the grocery store now. These are changes that are happening that aren't going to go away. Last year, the Pope, when he did his tour, the Pope came around and was talking about sustainability and green energy. This is something that everyone's talking about, no matter what party you're part of. So let's talk about where the company has came from. So when I got involved in the company, it just came from this vision. A $500 billion industry, 34 choices of states, where you can make a free choice to choose to go green and save money. Deregulation simply means choice. That's it. The same way you make a decision for your cell phone provider, Andrew, is the same way you make your decision for your cable company, same way you make a decision for your mortgage company. Now you can finally make a decision for your energy company. That's simply all they told me, and they said it didn't cost anything for a customer to get involved, and we could help them save money and do something incredible for the environment. And with that little vision, I said, okay, let's get our hands dirty and let's spread this message, because I know that I have friends and family that aren't educated about this. And if I don't tell them and give them a reason to say no, then I'm only doing them a disservice. You know what I mean? I'm only doing people a disservice by not showing them this opportunity, because people have met and known people in this business have changed their life, right? We've known them. We see the Joes, we see the Anthony Serenos, we see Eds, we see whoever involved. We see Ellen, we see Priscilla, we see Al. It doesn't matter. Andrew, that brought you here today. You see that it had a big impact on them, and we're just here to spread that message. So that's all that we had. But we transitioned into solar. And every 2.5 minutes, now someone is going solar. I actually think it's to 2 minutes now at this point. And it's just huge. I mean, there's so much evolution that's coming behind solar. Anybody that's seen Maryland 3 years ago versus Maryland now, and you look up on the rooftops, it's different. And it's not gonna stop. Only thing they're gonna do is get more efficient, they're gonna get better, costs are gonna go down, innovation's gonna happen, they're gonna announce new things. I don't know if anybody's seen like the solar rooftops things that are projected to come out. All that innovation, we have right now the ability to build that core foundation of a group, because we're gonna have all of that. That's just gonna be a part of the growth of the company, and we kind of plant our flag now, and we have a huge opportunity to be a part of that as well. So who do you know that uses energy? That was the question that I thought about. At that time, I was 22. I didn't have too many friends that were paying electricity. Most of my friends, it was right around the recession time. Most of my friends lived at home with their parents. But I knew that everybody used it all the time. And I know we used it up, and my parents were paying it. And I didn't know what was going on. I had no clue what an electric bill looked like. Promise to you. I had no clue what an electric bill looked like. I never paid an electric bill at the time of me getting involved in the company. I was staying at my parents' house. And then I took a look at it and I was like, so you never really know how much you're gonna pay? It's just like, whatever comes to you in the mail, you have no clue what your rate is. I asked my mother, I was like, do you know how much you pay for your electricity? She was like, no, I just pay it every single month. And I was like, I thought to myself, I said, so we've been living at this location for 15 years. You never thought about your electricity bill, but you've been paying it every single month. And somebody is getting paid every single month for that electric bill that you paid. So I'm telling you, if I can help you save money, do something good for the environment, all you're gonna do is keep doing what you've been doing, right, Mom? And she's like, I mean, yeah, like what's gonna change? And I was like, nothing's gonna change. The bill's gonna look the same, and you're gonna be doing something good for the environment, but you're gonna still get that same Pepco bill. She was like, boy, I'm not even gonna remember that you even did this. Then the green light went off. Then that's when it really, really settled in and it made sense to me, is that people are gonna pay it anyway. They're not gonna care about it. They're not even gonna remember, but they're gonna know they supported you, and they're gonna be paying this for years and years and years and years. Now imagine being able to build something behind something like energy. Right? Now who do you know that likes to travel? By a show of hands, does anybody like to travel?
Absolutely.
By a show of hands, in this past, I guess we're in 11 months, has anybody taken any type of trip? Whether it was to Ocean City, to wherever, you've gone somewhere. Everybody's taking a trip. Anybody on Facebook by a show of hands? How many of you guys see people take trips on Facebook? Everybody. So we know people are out there traveling, right? And it's huge. And I'm gonna get into the economics of why I'm so excited about it. And it's just income fulfillment, independence, connection, value and meaning, power and abundance. But it's living with a purpose, and it's not having to choose and or, it's both. We're doing something that's mission-based. We're doing something with a purpose, but it's okay to get paid and do something good for people. That's like the best combination that you have. When a lot of people, when I talked about it, when I first got started, they said, why don't you ever talk about your job? Because I'm like, my job, I can't really provide any value for you. I'm doing it to get a check. And yeah, I might like the company. The people I work with might be a little cool. They're all right. But I don't have any purpose. I can't share this with you and help you empower yourself economically. I can't share this with you and help you do something incredible for the world. But what Veridian offered was power with purpose and a financial means for us to benefit from it and help a lot of people along the way. That's why it just made sense. And all we are is a sustainable lifestyle company. That's what we focus on, affordable, responsible energy, and the first ever company ever in history to offer zero carbon travel. Now, what does that mean? Someone asked me, what does that mean? Well, I say it just simply means that, let's say I just took a trip to Atlanta. I went down to homecoming for my school down at Morehouse. I got out, took an Uber down, got into the airplane, flew down to my hotel, stayed there for 2 nights, came back, we rented a car for a day, then we came back, took another flight back home, all that pollution that I produce, there's like an average estimate that people know you take this long trip of what your pollution is going to be. Veridian buys carbon offsets on your behalf. So you're producing this, you're providing this pollution, but when you're providing this pollution, they're offsetting it by buying green energy over here. Does that make sense? So it's your carbon, your zero carbon travel. That's all that it means. And it's huge because you're going to see in the slide later on that the number one polluter of this entire world is travel. And what's number two? Your home and energy. So the company decided to make a decision that we're going to knock down the two highest categories of your carbon footprint and provide it at a discount and provide an economic means for people to empower themselves, because being an entrepreneur right now and in the future, with things getting ready to shift a little bit, is going to be one of the most important things that we can do for everyone. Right? So, let's give you a quick background about the company. Founded in 2009 with a $2 million investment by a guy by the name of Michael Falquist. Just had a vision of providing green energy, becoming the biggest green energy company in the world. Since that point, we're ranked number 53 out of over 7,000 direct selling companies in the world. Number 53 in a matter of 7 years. We've have a revenue of $324 million, and since 2009 have 549% growth. And all that matters is that the company's making money. They're stable. They're strong. They're able to go into other industries. They're able to provide promotions. They're able to do a lot more when they're financially and economically empowered. Over 25,000 associates and over 250,000 customers, which that number I think is going to be very, very close to, if not more than 1 million by next year, hands down. And we're international now. We expanded to the great country of Australia, where there's a lot of impact that's happening, and it's been very huge for the company. And there's more countries to come. Trust me. And we do, and it's not just, if I can get my slides right, and it's not just about making the money and doing the environmental impact through the actual becoming a customer, but it's getting our hands dirty, doing mission trips and cleanups. It's an actual company that believes in making the world better and cleaner and more environmentally friendly, bringing light to the world for people not only in our country, but all over the world. You see that in seven continents in 7 years. But since the company has been created, it's avoided 7 billion, with a B, pounds of carbon emissions. And it all started from cheaper energy that's environmentally friendly. We'll create the next Bill Gates. So this is a clip from Bill Gates, and don't take it from me. You know, one of the richest men in the world. The student asked, which industry is going to create the next Bill Gates? Because that's the industry that I want to be in. And here's the response.
Industries that will compete for being exciting in the decades ahead. The energy business, some approach will provide cheaper energy that's environmentally friendly. And there's a lot of science, a lot of business. It's a global thing. There'll be some great careers there.
So cheaper energy that's environmentally friendly, for those that you couldn't hear it. That's going to create the next Bill Gates. But what he left out is he never even thought to even imagine cheaper travel that's environmentally friendly. Because that industry is $8 trillion, and that's where we're headed, and that's where we're going. I'm going to get into why it's so big and how it's so big and the possibilities of it. So right now we're in 12 electricity markets, and the benefit of us being in a pre-launch and being in Maryland and DC and any of these states is that we can still make money during the pre-launch. People are still out there getting revolutions done, getting solar contracts done in the midst of us going live in a couple of weeks with travel. It's huge. There's going to be more solar states, there's going to be more gas stations, there's going to be more electric states that we go into in the future. And I'm not talking about 5 years out. I'm talking about within the next 12 to 24 months. there's going to be huge growth happening in solar as well. And then not only growth in the domestic states, but internationally. Don't think I should talk about this tonight, but I know that they have their eyes on other countries right now, and other companies have their eyes on other countries right now that recently deregulated, and the company changed its name from Viridian Energy to Viridian International for a reason. So everybody needs to kind of take off, because when I first got started, all I thought was, what state were we going to open up in next? That was kind of the big conversation. But now it's not what state's going to open up next, but it's what country are we going to go into. And this is how your bill looks before and after. So this is the Pepco bill before, Wesley, and this is how the Pepco bill is going to look after. The only changes that you're going to see right here, and just simply saying, oh, okay, Viridian is going to give you this fixed-in rate that's providing greener energy, that's cleaner for the environment, and I'm going to save a little bit of money along the way. That's simply it. And I'm going to keep on paying my bill the way that I've been paying it. But not only are we in travel, we're in electricity, solar, we have a huge commercial. If you know any buildings, I know a guy that got City Place Mall down in downtown Silver Spring that's been making a good amount of money from that commercial building. I know people that have government buildings. I know people that have restaurants. I know people that have malls. It's a huge, phenomenal program because these customers get really, really, really great deals that you get locked into, and you're talking about hundreds of dollars a month from one bill. And those people are out there. And then we have gas, and then we have other ways for you to save energy with our ecobee. You might have seen that in the Apple store, or you see it at Best Buy, and it's just a smart thermostat that saves on average 23% on your energy that we have a functioning product for as well. So now, I kept alluding to travel and it being such a large industry. So right now I'm in a situation where all of my friends were trying to figure out what are we doing for New Year's. And they're like, oh, I want to travel and do like a little trip outside of the country. And then what really kind of sparked my excitement today, as well as some of the stuff that I heard from some of the leaders, was they had no clue where to start. We're out here going on all these different websites. Like, have you ever tried to book travel online, Wesley? Who do you use?
Travelocity, Kayak.
Kayak.
Yeah.
What about you, Ellen?
Expedia,
Expedia.
Priceline.
Which websites do you think are the best and the cheapest?
I don't use Expedia anymore.
Yeah. So all those sites that you probably CheapoAir and Kayak and all these companies, they're owned by Priceline and Expedia. They own basically all of the companies. And they put them under this umbrella where they have to deal with what they call rate parity. I'm not going to kind of get into the details, but you can imagine if you're a company and you're a large company and you hear those Expedia.com, like those commercials, you're spending, $2.4 billion in advertising. So if I'm spending all this money in advertising, I have to get a certain margin, right, of profit where it can justify as much money as we're spending in advertising, right? But now private companies like ours don't have to deal with that because we don't do any advertising. We don't have to spend $2.4 billion in advertising. So we don't need as big of a margin as anybody in Priceline or Expedia. So we can pass those savings along to the customer. But how do we get the word out there, right? Because the word has to get out there from someone. We have to pay someone to kind of create exposure. They put the power in our hands. That's how the word gets out there. We tell friends and family and friends and family and friends and family about it, and we pass those savings along to them, and they pay us for sharing that. And why is the business model genius? Because they don't have to pay any money until they acquire a customer. It's really simple kind of how you break it down of why we're able to do this. But if you look at the company historically, you saw that we're at $324 million in the energy business. If we would have done the same thing in the past 7 years in travel for what we did with energy, the company would be a $2.2 billion company. And it's just the magnitude. Think about how much you really spent on your last vacation. It wasn't cheap. I know, Mr. Young, I know you took a nice vacation probably. And it's expensive. I was looking at at a hotel, we're looking to go to Cancun, right? Just 3 days. It was, the cheapest one we found was $265 per person. It was like one of those little all-inclusive resorts. $265 per person. And it's me and one other person, me and my girlfriend. And that's $265, that's well over $500 per night, right? We're only staying 3 nights. That's $1,500 just in the hotel and the all-inclusive thing, right? And then plane tickets are, I guess with the 3 days we're gonna stay, were about $668, call it $700. So $700, $1,400 plus the hotel stay, $1,500. We're looking at close to a $3,000 vacation. We're only talking about 3 nights in Cancun. But let's think smaller. Let's think smaller. I went down to Atlanta and I stayed in a pretty average hotel. It wasn't like that great. You know what I mean? Between me and one buddy, we stayed 2 nights and it was $383. I remember it exactly. 2 nights. Now think about all your vacations. And I couldn't even imagine if I had anyone else to pay for it. Think about all the families out there. I just went to my cousin's football practice and they were like, yeah, all 4 of these teams right here are going to a tournament down in Florida. And I was like, how did you book your travel? And they were like, oh, we just kind of like just did it all on our own. And I was like, if the coach would have kind of sent you guys out a link to give you guaranteed savings on the hotel stay where everyone's gonna stay, would you have booked it there? And he was like, I was hoping they would take care of our travel. He was like, nobody wants to spend time searching and looking for stuff and trying to figure out where we want to stay and we want to be around the team. I was like, green light popped off. Then I thought about my cousin that got married this summer, and I was thinking, he didn't know what to do. He was like, yeah, I mean, you can stay here at this location, you can stay here at this location, you can stay here at this location, but you guys are kind of all on your own. Imagine that person at a wedding saying, here's where you can stay, here's where we're getting the best rates, here are my links, it's guaranteed cheaper than any public site, right? And then wait till you see the compensation on it. But I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But just, I want you guys to open up your mind to the possibilities. Think past the little trips. Think past, just the typical. Think about teams and schools and churches and weddings and, people travel all the time. So we're about to do it again. So what comes with Travel Light? What makes this so transformative? So it's zero carbon travel. The only company to offer zero carbon travel. Save a guaranteed up to 50%, in some cases even more than 50% on the travel. 110% price guarantee for Travel Light members. You have a personal concierge, so if you need any help booking anything, kind of putting things together, if you say I want to go here, go there, you can call this person up and they'll help you book your travel and get things together. And there's a Light Up the World program where every person that becomes a Travel Light member, there's a goal to light up 1 million homes or 1 million days in 2017, and we're on a mission to do that as well. This is just some of the leaders in the company, people from all different backgrounds. From cell phones to me just coming out of school to real estate, to car wash, owning car washes, to being in the paper business, to, all the backgrounds are just so different that you can't really say what you needed to have done to become successful in this business. All they did was make a decision. And it all comes down to what is today's office. I look at everything now and I see how things are shifting from the Airbnbs to, I'm gonna give you guys the real combo. The shift of what's happening right now is a performance-based economy.
That's right.
For those of you that aren't familiar, it's not, you're gonna see less high salaries on the front end. You're gonna see lower salaries and then kind of quotas that you have to meet.
That's right.
Like a person's gonna get paid on how many rooms that they clean in a certain time period.
Mm.
Or someone who's driving, think about what Uber has done. They completely revolutionized an entire car industry by just simply putting the power in the people's hands to do something for themselves, to be independent and generate revenue. And all they used to do it was a cell phone. That's where it all starts. This. Anybody that has a vacant property that doesn't know about Airbnb, all you need is this. And you can put your vacant home up online or the home that you're living in and rent out rooms to make extra capital. I mean, there's from maid service. I mean, I can go all day on the different services that are coming about using the same type of business model. And that's all Veridian is. All they're saying is, here's what we have. We're going to put the technology in your hand. We have the Catalyst app now. We have the website. And you share this message, you can build something for yourself. It's just the way things are shifting right now. Because the people that provide the most value and help the most people and create the most exposure in all businesses in the future are going to have the most. Who are going to be able to help the most. Who are going to be able to kind of feel fulfilled by helping all these people. And a lot of things are going to happen. It's going to be revolutionary. So what do? It's two simple things, Wesley. All we do is enroll customers and show someone to do the exact same thing. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You'll learn the other skill sets around the way, but that's the core of what we do. And it's $2.99 to get started. There's an optional business website as well. Anybody know any churches, fundraising programs by a show of hands, schools, anyone that they feel like need to raise some capital or need to do something different, are always looking for ways to do something. Now we have an innovative approach where the church doesn't have to ask for money anymore. They can share a way where we can do something incredible for the environment, our local community, and our global community, and financially benefit from it, and help those people save money as well. The fundraising program is just incredible to me. And then the Heroes program. Anybody that's a military veteran, I know it's just veterans. Anybody show of hands, any military veterans? Let's go ahead and give it up for the military veterans in the room. So it kind of speaks to the core and the mission of the company, of who they are. So any active duty or retired military veteran or spouse can actually enroll for free. So there's no fee for them to actually enroll in the company, and they can start building a business for themselves at no cost. So there's two things you can do: become an associate or become a customer. And that's kind of the economics of it all. So if somebody wants to become a Travelite member, this is for members only. These are for the people that want to get that 50% savings, the personal concierge, and all the extra benefits, and have Karma links and everything. That's $99 up front, and then after that, $39 a month for the membership. Look and kind of see, because they're going to give them a price to compare. If you don't want to become a member, you just want to be a Karma free member, it's going to show you, okay, you'll save $100. But if you become a member, you'll save $500. And people are just going to opt in to become a member because one trip pays. So that's how the upsell is going to happen. A lot of people are going to become members from you sharing the free link and allowing them to save. And they're going to be like, why wouldn't I just take advantage of this? Now let's talk about Karma. Karma is very, very, very simple. They save and you earn. And actually with the Karma program, they just announced that it's going to be a guaranteed savings for your free link. So your customers can now book, right? Book travel. They don't have to become a member. They don't have to become an associate. They could book their travel for free and get a guaranteed savings to any public website up to 15%. Right? So now it's going to be free up to 15%, member up to 50%. You make the choice. So how do we get paid? So the Karma link is just for friends and family. And how it works is you'll send out a link. They'll actually register an account. That's what I love about it. It's not like you're just sending a link and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I got it. When I need to book a travel, when I need to book a trip, I'll hopefully remember that you sent me this link 3 months ago. No, they register a Karma account, right? Mm-hmm. And every single month, the company will send updates and trips that they can take and benefits. So it's a fresh reminder on their minds that, oh, I need to book this. And I'm telling people that I have this link, I'm gonna share it with you. But if I get you registered for this, are you gonna actually use it? And if you don't use it, can you just help me out and provide me some feedback? Just look at a couple websites, book some fake trips, look at Expedia, look at Priceline, and just tell me that you see a difference. Because I want to make sure that this thing is really going as planned. And that's just going to get them engaged and get them understanding what the company is about, what the Travel Light's about. And it's going to be huge for everyone in this room. So, compensation. Right now, no one's going to become a compensation expert on all of this. This is all going to be kind of like a lot to take in, but it's simple. In order to get paid, we create revolutions and we get money from sending out our karma link. And solar and generation pay and promotion pay. There's all types of ways we get paid, but that's kind of the core of it all. So there's 3 ways we get paid. Wesley, so what's your name right there? Antonio? Yeah. So Antonio, right? The ways we get paid is you enrolling customers yourself, right? Then, if you're making money, you probably want to share and like let other people know that you found something where you're making money from or you have the potential to make money from, right? But from you investing your time in helping them and helping them get customers and helping them get paid, you think the company should pay you? Simple. So they said, okay, we're going to pay that person that helps that person. So you get paid from team bonuses, and it rewards you when you help your team members enroll customers. And then the money that you get paid every single month. Anybody had residual income in their business prior to this? I know Mr. Murray, insurance business. You told me when I first met you, you said, what's the residuals like? Well, that was one of your first questions because you understood the power of residual. You understood the power of someone doing something over and over and over again, unconsciously, and getting paid for it. That's all that simply means. That they do it, you get paid over and over and over again. It's not just your customers, Antonio. It's customers all in your business as well. So customer bonuses. So everybody say revolution with me.
Revolution.
Revolution creates a bonus payout for everyone. And all that simply means is 5 customer points. And the 5 customer points can come in the form of an electric, a gas, or a travel membership. So those 3. So one person could technically be 3 customer points. Does that make sense, Wesley? Seriously, that makes sense? All right. So Wesley, you show Andrew, you shared the business with them, and he's like, oh yeah, it's not really for me. It's not the best timing for me. Oh yeah, but I see the value of becoming a customer. I'll enroll. Andrew pays an electric and a gas bill, and he's like, I want to do the membership as well, right? That's 3 points. Then you pay an electric bill, and let's say you sign up for your travel membership yourself. That's 5 customer points. That creates a bonus, right? That's $100 every single month, no matter in any 28-day period. Now, in the beginning, when you first get started, in your fast action zone, that just simply pays out double. And you can do up to 3 revolutions, and then your last 5, your website counts as 2 points. And it's what we call a triple play. You make $600. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now, I get to get into this. So remember I stated earlier that the people don't have to become Travel Light members to save. They're going to save more if they were Travel Light members. They'll save $400, right, on this particular trip. But if they just wanted to be a part of the free Karma program, right, they'll still save $100. And now you looking and booking, it's going to have like an upsell basically where it says you can save $100, or you can become a Travel Light member and save $400. Most people are going to look at the economics and see how much they're paying and say, I might as well do it. I know I'm going to take another trip anyway. Or they might just see the value of becoming a member and they decide to become a member from it. But let's say they don't, hypothetically speaking. Let's say they just save $100. Antonio, we get paid off the savings of the customer. 80%. It's one person that's just booking travel, they don't pay anything, it's free for them. And they save $100 and you get paid $80 for that. One person. Now imagine the bigger trips. Now imagine your teams. Now imagine your link going out to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. A lot of people are going to have thousands of people that are just sharing the free link because people book travel all the time and they don't know the best way to do it. And then that extra 20% goes up team. So that 20% doesn't leave. It goes up team to the people that are helping you build this business. And as I told you right there, you could save an additional $300 if you became a member. Now, team bonuses. I don't want anyone to try to become a compensation expert tonight. What's your name back there?
Michael.
Huh?
Michael.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to try to become a compensation expert tonight. All I want you to do is understand the value and get the big picture of what's happening. So team bonuses. Basically, anybody that you help get a revolution when you first get started, you're going to get an additional $100 from. Pretty simple. Extra $900. Cool. But the more you help others get what they want, the more you get what you want. It's a quote from Zig Ziglar, one of the best and the brightest coaches in business in the world. Has some incredible books if you guys haven't taken a look at Zig Ziglar. But you help the people get what they want and you get what you want. And the company's going to simply reward you for that. So when you hit a simple requirement, make a few simple requirements and enroll some new members, you hit the rank of what we call director. And director is kind of that first position to say, okay, we're going to give you a promotion. This is unlike your job where it's based on like a personality type or this person likes this person and that's why you're getting promoted, right? Has anybody been through that situation at a job before or heard somebody complain about it at happy hour? I hear it all the time. I was like, I finally understood why happy hours are created, for people to come together and complain about their jobs and the people in their jobs. And it's always funny to me, like when I get around my friends and I hear them talk about it, it's everybody kind of has a complaint about it. And I just love what we're doing. But you have a few simple requirements. You promote yourself to the rank of director. Nobody can stop you from becoming a director. You make a decision, say, I'm going to help some people make profit. You get paid more now. So instead of getting paid 100 to 200, you're now getting paid 30 to 200. How does that break down? That doesn't matter right now. You enroll a person, you get $200 when they do 5 customer points personally. And then anything down, you see $100 and $30. But all you have to know is you get paid more. Now, meet a few simple requirements. Get promoted to the rank of partner. So partner is a huge foundational base. Once you make it to partner, it's not only did you help people become directors, but you help other people become directors. And that truly shows a sense of leadership. So once you get there, you kind of understand that you deserve another pay increase. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And it ranges. Now when you enroll somebody and they do a revolution, you get paid $275. And then it breaks down from that point. Then you hit the top of the company as the rank of ambassador. Doing the same exact things that you were doing before, Michael. Doing the same exact things, but now you just get paid more for doing it. That's $325 to $60 now. And then the residual pay, that money that shows up every single month. So the average person uses about 1,000 kilowatts in energy, right? We get paid anywhere from 50 cents to $2.50 per customer in your entire organization. If they use half the energy and they live in a small apartment, those numbers decrease in half. If they use double the amount and stay in a full family house and people keep cutting on them lights that y'all keep telling them to cut off, then that price is going to be double for everyone. Does that make sense? Simply how it works. And it's unlimited levels of how we get paid on the residual. But now travel memberships earns up to double the amount. So all those numbers, simply put, here's a simple example. So an ambassador, your organization duplicates 6 levels deep and never goes perfectly this way, but just to give you an example, and each person averages 10 memberships. Oh, this is energy, sorry. That's gonna pay over $27,000 for people in energy. Same example with travel. In addition to your energy customers, it's not an and or, it's both. In addition to your energy customers, doing the same thing with travel, that's gonna pay you over $54,000. And these numbers aren't as if, oh, you could get there. People have done these numbers already. Just on the energy side, people have done 5 times this number on just the energy side. And we're gonna be the last only people that hit these ranks with just energy. We're gonna be the only energy ambassadors, the only energy partners and directors and associates in this room. As soon as December 1st hits, which is, what, is that less than 3 weeks from now? In less than 3 weeks from now, a lot of people here, a lot of people in South Dakota, we had somebody from South Dakota on our conference call on Sunday. South Dakota. In Mississippi, we just enrolled another person. Just think about all the states and all the people around the entire nation. Now we have a footprint. Now we have the opportunity to share this with people all around the United States, which is going to be huge for everyone, because the people that were doing the 50,000, 100,000, 30,000, $250,000 a month did that in 17 states, 17 markets. No international, no Australia, no nationwide, no higher commission travel. So now what do you think the possibilities for everyone that's sitting down here tonight? What do you think the possibility is for you? If people did it with energy alone, doing those numbers. Now imagine having the energy, the solar, and the travel. Where do you guys see yourselves in the next year, 2 years, 5 years? Imagine, really think about the possibilities. And if anybody that's met any of these leaders in the company, by a show of hands, I mean, I'm one of them. I'm not that smart. We all met Ed. He's a great guy. He's not that smart. But what he is a visionary. That's one thing I can never take away from any of the leaders that I've met, is that they saw something as a reality in their current state of mind today. They saw what could happen 5 years from now, and all they simply did was put that vision in their mind and walk towards it every single day. And we're all in a situation, and we're in a period of time where right now, if you kind of get in the core, you get the most time investment. Anybody that gets started today, or they get started whenever in the next few weeks, you have the most time investment. I guarantee you, in the next month, 2 months, that time investment of that leader that they're giving to you, towards you now, it's not going to be the same, because there's going to be so many more people that are looking. There's going to be so many more people that are getting involved. And they're going to build and work the people that get in right now and build that core. So I urge everybody today to really take a look at what's happening and really make a decision for yourself. And it's okay if you're not ready to get started today. You know, that's okay. If you want to just become a customer, kind of see how it works. But don't let weeks pass. Don't even let days pass. You can make a decision for yourself to get started now and be a visionary. Because visionaries see the reality that's not here in the current. And I didn't even talk about solar. I got caught up in so much other stuff. I didn't even talk about, Wesley, that you share somebody getting solar panels. How much do you think these solar panels cost for a customer, Wesley?
Maybe 60 grand to install.
Traditionally, before our program came out a few years ago, getting solar on your house was about $30,000 to $50,000 to $60,000 in some cases that people had to shell out of pocket. What if I tell you you don't have to charge anybody any money? Zero. Nothing. Nothing to get solar panels installed. And they pay an energy bill. It's affordable or cheaper than what they currently were paying. And from you simply just sharing that with them, all those houses that you see in these neighborhoods now, $1,000 up front period. It's $1,000 up front, and then for the next 20 years, whether that person lives in the home or not, you're getting paid a residual from. Is that something you can get excited about? If you just want to, if I tell people, they're like, oh, do I have to build a team, and do I have to do this, and do I have to, I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. You can just sell solar if you want. You'll make $1,000. It doesn't cost the customers anything to do it. You can do that, but now think about the power of sharing that with other people and growing an organization. That's the value of what we have. That's what makes us different than everybody else. Imagine if Uber said, okay, today, all the Uber drivers out there, we're going to stop this program where you can only be an individual, but we're now going to allow you to build an organization of car drivers, and out of all those car drivers, we're going to pay you a certain percentage. Think about anybody that, does anybody know anybody that drives Uber by show of hands? Everybody knows at least somebody. How much more aggressive will they get? Right? They're going to start telling everyone about it because it proved itself. They know it works. So anybody sitting in here, it's all you have to do is, once you know it works and it's proved itself, at that point we just have to get aggressive and share the message with other people, because if you saw the value or you were interested in at least hearing more about it, think about how many millions and millions and millions of more people that are out there that see the same value. And right now we're in a huge transition phase, and based on our compensation plan, because it's built for speed. It's built to pay you a lot of money fast and to pay you a residual fast. And with the Carmen program and all these things involved, I'm not going to keep beating on it, but you guys get the point. You guys get to where we're going. There's generation pay. There's promotional pay when they have different promotions all the time. They had a promotion this summer where it was triple pay. So a person goes out there and gets 15 customer points, they made $1,200. And if they hit the rank of director and help 5 people get 5 customers, they got $3,000 in a matter of a month. And we have a few people that took advantage of that in our organization. Actually, a lot of people in the company. So there's all types of things that happen to keep it exciting, keep it fun. And then we have a car program. You get a Tesla or an Audi. They cover $500 up to whatever car you decide on. There's trips. There's different rewards all the time. Our next one is going to be at a massive castle in Georgia. I never even knew it existed, but I looked on the website and it's incredible. It's our leadership retreat. It's for partners and above. And anyone that's sitting here now can win that trip. Anyone that's sitting here now could be a part of that trip that's going to happen January 6th through the 8th. And it's going to be a phenomenal time to be around very successful people that are hungry and leaders in this industry. And you get to spend intimate time and learning from them. And they're going to have speakers and all types of things as well. And then we have the 7 continent in 7 years journey, where we're taking trips for people in the company gone to Brazil, Ghana, Indonesia, Fiji. And they're doing all mission-based stuff, where half the time is spent bringing light to certain countries and planting trees and all types of incredible things that kind of make you feel good. One of those value vacations that you feel good about the service and feel good about the actual vacation and have an incredible time to do it. But it all comes down to these last things. I'm going to leave you guys with this. The average American statistically has 600 connections. That's just fact. We all have them through a person that we can touch right now. From that high school friend that you haven't talked to the guy that you met at a party and he knows that friend that knows that friend. And 100% of those people need energy. It's a fact. We need it. We can't live without it. That's the one thing we really can't live without. And 98% of those people want to travel. If they could do anything and money was an option, a lot of people would travel, do good. That's just a thing. Everybody talks about, I just want to travel more. How many times have you guys heard that in a conversation? I wish I could travel more. I wish I can go here. I wish I can go there. My girlfriend is on me every night. Yeah, where are we going to go next? I'm like, girl, you know how expensive these trips are? But she was like, well, travel light's coming out December 1st. I got to be expensive anymore. But I want to recognize some of the leaders in the room. I love recognition because, like I said, this is nothing that is given to you. It's something that's earned. There's a few ranks in the company, and we have a few. Give it up for the director. Real quick, I just want you to give your name and your background. What do you do for a living?
My name is Louis Young, I'm a businessman.
Priscilla Baldwin, bus operator.
All right. Now, can we have any partners in the room? Please stand and come up to the front really quick. Actually waived, so you actually don't have to pay that initial fee for your Travelite membership, getting involved in the pre-launch, and then you can also rank up with no customer points. You guys are going to understand the value of that maybe right now, but whoever's getting ready to get you guys registered, they'll kind of tell you the value of ranking up without any customer points. It's huge for you and the benefit of everyone else. And this Saturday, if anyone's available, we're going to be in Suitland. Did anybody go to the training last week? I know we had a few people that were there at the training. I don't know if there's a slide at the end here. It's a slide, okay. Oh, I'm like skipping over a lot of things.
No, but that's good.
All right, perfect. So, actually, Thursday in Catonsville, if you guys know anybody in the Baltimore area, there's going to be a meeting. Thursday, there's going to be the presenter of Ed Kenny, $1 million earner in the company. He's kind of the person that pioneered and built out this entire Maryland market and beyond. And then on Saturday, we're going to have the Director Factory training. And for anyone that came last Saturday or that tuned in via Zoom webinar, so anybody that actually can't physically be there, or you have somebody in Georgia or North Dakota or wherever in the country, they can also participate in this interactive training. And Wesley and Michael and Antonio and any other guests in here, this is the place when you get registered that you want to come to and kind of make any time that you can for it, whether it's in person or live via Zoom. I very well would suggest in person, because they're going to show you and not just tell you need to make a list and how to reach out to people and tell you this, but they're going to help you hand in hand. Okay, let's call this person. Here's what you say. Here's what you do. Here's how you build your list. Here's how you actually craft a good list, and here's how you want to track that. Here's how you do a great three-way phone call. Here's how you talk to your warm market. Here's how you talk to your cold market. And we're going to have people that are there showing people. And everybody that comes there ready to earn, when you leave there that evening, I guess it's from 9:30 to 12, 9 a.m. to 12:30. By the time you leave there, you have future income that's going to be coming in there, hands down. That's an event that you come to get paid. Does anybody want to get paid on Saturday? That's what I love about it so much. It's not an event for us to sit there and talk to you all day for 4 hours. It's an event for you to get active, make those calls, and put some money in your pocket that's going to be coming in future commissions. So with that, I urge everybody, was one more? Oh, and then back here, how could I forget that? Look at my man, Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray, back here. Tuesday, we're gonna be here. Are we coming back here this Tuesday? Next Tuesday? Yeah, next Tuesday we will be here next Tuesday in the same room. That's gonna leave us with 2 weeks now before pre-launch. And don't be selfish. Share this message. If you're seeing value and your mind's spinning right now, like my mind was spinning when I was kind of in your same situation, don't be selfish. Share it with people and let them tell you no.
That's right, that's right.
Because I know a lot of people in here. I know my dad didn't keep following up with me for 2 years to get registered and signed up in this business and bringing me to an event. I have no clue where my life would be today, and it kind of stemmed so many more places just from being around the people in this organization, because there's some phenomenal people that you're going to meet in this group. And it all comes down to the concluding slide, is if you're an A or a B. An A is a person that sees this vision and wants to lock arms with us during this pre-launch time and help yourself and help us help you to help more people create a successful business. And then there's some people that are just not ready, which is okay, you know what I mean? But anybody that clearly you see the value of guaranteed savings, your energy, gas, solar, or Travelite when that launches. definitely support the person that you brought here in his role as a customer, and support that person, build their business, and help yourself save a few dollars on what you're paying today. So with that said, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. We're going to stick around if you have any more questions, and I look forward to working with any new people here today. Thank you.